Part 15 Pokemon Blues here, and we're fishing Rock Tunnel today, so when we get through it, I don't know why the Onyx is there. I guess I forgot to edit it out, but we'll keep on going. Yeah, we're just making it outside the tunnel today, where this is the final area, but it's very trainer heavy to make it all the way down, so a lot of this part's going to take up with all the trainers and whatnot. And there are trainers outside of Rock Tunnel, so don't think once you get out you're safe. You are going to have to, I think you have to at least, there is a total of 4 trainers outside, but I think you have to at least, depending on which route you go, I think if you go to the left side, I think you're only going to fight 1 trainer to make it easier on you if your Pokemon's low on health, because if you do end up losing all your team members, you are sent back to the last Pokemon Center that you use. Which is one thing I think we forgot to mention last time, is if you're going through Rock Tunnel, you make sure you use that Pokemon Center right outside Rock Tunnel. Because if you so happens to go unprepared and whatnot, then you lose, you are sent back to your last center that you use.
Which could be Picker City.
Yeah, I think it
could be.
It could have been, but to be quite honest, I think realistically it could have been Cerulean, or it could have been Cerulean City.
Pallet Town.
It's but
Just head back to Pallet Town.
And then you're really trying to push your luck.
Would there be any advantages of being sent back to Pallet Town after being to a certain point?
Not really. Not at this point in the game. If you no, not really. There ain't no point. It's just a long trek back because there's nothing really else to do. Maybe to go back. No, not really, because you can still get the Dream Beater TM. I know that's right outside with Cut, and you should already have Cut by now. At this point in time, you should have Cut, and you could have gone back through and using Diglett Cave to.
But going back to Pallet Town.
Yeah, you go back to Pallet Town, but other than that, there ain't nothing to go back there for. Because whatever, once you got Cut and defeated this Misty's gym, you can go back using Diglett's Cave and get all the stuff there, and that's about it, because there ain't nothing else there to use other TMs for. So there is really no purpose to doing it that way. But, yeah, so that's just a long walk back.
So what are you finding now? Jigglypuff? No. Did you?
Yeah. But, Pidgey will be gone with this Pikachu. But, yeah, it's just, I don't think we're not going to see any Pokemon that we haven't already seen. But, Dugtrio got to level 30. So far, my best Pokemon to have right now. It's just too bad the next gym is not going to be very good for it.
Yeah. Can.
That Charmeleon's going to come into good play here in a little bit, but I think that's about all of the Pokemon I have that does very well. For it is the Charmeleon.
And that Dugtrio can help.
Sure.
In the gym.
Well, and Ericus.
Yeah. Because all grass type except for one is poison.
Yeah.
And poison's with the
that
ground.
grass type
And Dugtrio is most likely going to outspeed everything, so.
Probably. It
That
hits
can
hard.
be helpful.
I think if I remember, that Kadabra and Charmeleon's going to be my main players in that gym. But like I said, it's going to be a few parts before we even get to that.
The thing that's not going to be very useful is Pikachu, since grass resists electric types.
If I'm using that Pikachu for anything, it's probably just going to hit Thunder Wave. Maybe hit a Swift or a Quick Attack at it. That's about it. But yeah, battling trainers getting more experience points.
Being poisoned.
Sure. That Charman's not gonna last very long, especially if I walk out. Start walking, it's gonna give out here in a while. And I do you think there's at least one more trainer in here? Yes. And you won't come back very far then.
Is it A Jigglypuff?
Yeah, she might. She has a meow.
I thought the
Junior
last
female trainers usually use normal types, so like a Rattata or a Pikachu, or let's say cute. Mainly cute Pokemon, I think.
The reason why I said Jigglypuff over there when you were fighting a Pidgey is because I thought the last trainer had a Jigglypuff, so if you're fighting a Jigglypuff, that's most likely the last trainer.
Yeah, but my Pokemon have been taking hits left and right, except for that Doug Trio. That Doug Trio has been the MVP of
It's
this.
too fast.
Yeah, but all the other Pokemon, like Kadabra is gone, I think Pikachu is gone, and Charmeleon is poisoned. And so it's on it. And he's on his last leg, so.
When did Pikachu die?
I think a little while ago. No, kind of.
Did it die to a Pidgey?
I'm not sure. I wasn't looking, but
Did it die to a level 3 Pidgey?
when this gets uploaded, it'll look.
Did it get crit by a level 3 Pidgey?
No. Maybe a level 20 PG. I don't know.
Have you never got crit by a 20? Have you never lost to a level 3 Pidgey that hit you with tackle and crit you? No. I've had it happen twice.
And we're outside. Hip hip hooray! You grab that for a Max Eater.
That one, I think there's a trainer right next to the entrance. If you talk to her, she'll say she want a Pokemon that's pink with flowers all over.
Yeah.
That's in a reference for design. Well, I don't think it's a direct reference, but it kind of hinted, I guess.
Yeah, they probably look and going, let's make that Pokemon. It's the best skill they get.
It took a long time because it was the Generation 5 until Pokemon that happened that looked like that.
Yeah, it took them 4 more generations later to figure it out. Let's use that Pokemon.
Let's make it look like we hinted. Who knows?
Yeah, Doug Trio and Beedrill, my only Pokemon at this point. Charmeleon died a while ago. The last battle, I believe. So it's down to mainly Doug Trio on most of these, but I am probably going to end up going to the Pokemon Center Hill to go fight the other 2 trainers that's there. Yeah, I do. It's like, I'm cutting my losses and just go heal. Fight the other 2 trainers, and I think that's going to be it for this part after healing. And no, I don't do the Lavender Ghost Mansion or Tower or whatever you want to call it. At least not yet. I'm kind of waiting till we get an item that we need to get to completely go through it in one trip. Because that's one thing I didn't really care for is, I can go through it now, but the thing is, I'm then not going to turn around and leave and have to come back later.
I never understood that. Like, why would you go it now? I would just go get the item, come back, and just do it all at once.
If you're in the first playthrough, I'm sure you probably say, "Oh, it's a new town. I want to explore what's in here." Then you go, "Okay, there's battle. I'm supposed to do this." Until later playthroughs, you learn to go, you know what? Let's do this later, because you will end up, if you there's nothing stopping you from doing it now. If you think you need the experience points, I say go for it. But I believe if there is no, to me at this point, I don't see no point in doing it right now, because once you come back with the item, the Sylph Scope, which is the item, when we come back and see through what we need to see through when we get to that part later, you continue more up to the top, and once you defeat everybody up on the top, it automatically transports you out anyway. So I think it's best just to climb up once and then come back later. Sure, when you come back, it may be a little bit overpowered, I think.
It makes it easier.
It makes it easier to fly through, yes. But if you really want the experience points, I say go ahead and do that now.
Like, if we don't do it now, it's not like you're gonna skip out a whole lot of experience that's going to make you very underleveled for the next town. So you can do it.
Yeah, because the next thing we're gonna do after this is pretty much going to because we're gonna start heading to the next town immediately after these fights and whatnot, and then head on out. And that's just more trainer fights, which is going to give us more experience points. Go through our second only underground tunnel And I think in that part I am gonna skip over a certain person because there's a trick I'm gonna do later on. And if you know the trick, you probably already noticed I already fought one the other trader used. I realized that at the end of the part when I try to do the trick, because I am gonna show you some glitches at the very end of the part.
You do.
Yeah, and some things to get right at the end. If it's not the last thing at the blue playthrough, then that's probably second to last or something like that before I show the ending. But I do start up a. Well, I don't start up another file. I kind of, if I haven't mentioned this or anything like that, I'm using an emulator to record this and whatnot. And so I have save states, and what I did is go back to an earlier save state to do the trick properly and kind of go through most of the game again to kind of get this trick to work. So I kind of had to do a little bit of a replay to get this trick to work, just to get footage of this trick to work, but not completely from the beginning. So, but I do show off the trick off later. But yeah, that's bad.